Hello viewers and my dear students. I'm Rupashri from Dr. Lankapalli Bulaya College MCA department going to give a presentation on big data analytics. Before going to this, I want to tell you something different which may inspire you. There is so many laws in this world. I want to introduce one law. It's not only for us, in the whole world, everywhere it is applicable. You know what's that? The law of paying the price. I repeat, the law of paying the price, which simply stated means that if you want something, you must pay the price. Nothing is free in this world, right? For example, if you want to buy a nice shirt or nice brand shoe, nice holiday trip, anything, that means the quality of item improves, the range of money also will be increased. In the same way, if you want to improve the quality of life, you have to give your best. For example, if you want to fit for yourself, you cannot pay someone else to do push-ups for you, right? In the same way, if you want to learn something, you have to do hard work for yourself. Believe in yourself. You can be whatever you want. So all the best students. Now let's get into our topic, that is big data analytics. It's very interesting. Big data is a field that treats ways to analyze, systematically extract information from, or otherwise deal with data sets that are too large or complex to be dealt with by traditional data processing application software. You know, the big data is a term that describes the large volume of data. It's a big data. It's a designed to analyze, process and extract the information from an extremely complex and large data sets which the traditional data processing software could never deal with. The example of big data I can share that it might be a petabytes or exabytes of data consisting of billions to trillions of records of millions of people, all from different sources. The sources may be web apps, sales, customer contact centers, and social media, mobile data, and so on. If you go for the brief history of big data, the big data is existed because to store and process and managing the data. But if you go for the past BCs, that is in 18,000 BCs, the humans usually tally sticks to the records of the data for the first time. That means the trading activity and record inventory is published. In 2400 BC, the abacus is developed. In 300 BC, the Library of Alexandria, the world's largest data storage center, is exist. In 1944, the writer and he estimates that American university libraries were doubling in the size every 16 years. In 1970s, the people are very familiar with the databases. That means that not only just computer scientists, everybody can use the database. In 1881, the punch cards were introduced. It's a famous thing in those days in US. And in 1991, the famous thing, the birth of the internet that everybody knows. In 1996, the people came to know that digital storage becomes more cost effective for storing data than the paper. In 1997, the Google launched their search engine, which will quickly become the most popular in the world. Even nowadays, the childhood to old man, everybody first will go to the internet to that Google search engine only. In 1997, the term big data is used for the first time in the publication, and finally, in 1999, the term big data is an academic paper visually exploring gigabyte data sets in real-time ACMs, that is Association for Computing Machinery. The first use of term Internet of Things in a business presentation by Kevin Aston to Procter and Gamble. Now everybody will have a question that who invented a big data? So here the person called Roger Magalhaes, the inventor of big data in 21st century. In 2005, Roger Magalhaes from O'Reilly Media coined the term big data for the first time. But the term big data has been in use since the early 1990s. So the people, most of the people will give the credit to John R. Massey, who worked in Silicon Graphics for making the term popular. But we will call the inventor of big data is a Roger Magalhaes only. But after 1 year, they have created the term Web 2.4. It refers a large set of data that is almost impossible to manage and processing using traditional business intelligence tools. So what is big data exactly? Big data is similar to small data, but bigger in size. Having data bigger, it requires different approaches, techniques, tools, and architecture. Here I want to explain one example that if you want to process or send 100 MB of file to mail, it is very difficult to send that large data into mail ID because the Gmail will not accept that large data of set. So for that you need different type of technologies. And aim to solve new problems or old problems in a better way, that is in different type of structure of the data. Big data generates value from the storage and processing of very large quantities of digital information that cannot be analyzed with the traditional computing techniques. How the data is generating and why it is called as a big data means Walmart handles more than 1 million customer transactions every hour. Facebook handles 40 billion photos from its user base. Decoding the human genome originally took 10 years to process, but using this type of techniques, now it can be achieved in 1 week. Big data. Here it is showing three characteristics, the three basic characteristics of big data. But if you search in Google search engine, it shows 5, 7 and more. But the basic characteristics of big data are volume, velocity and variety. So what is a volume? The quantity of data is called a volume. Here I showed an example called that storing of, see how much quantity the Facebook is storing every day. And what is velocity, the speed of your data, and variety, the different types of data. The types of data, all of you know that it's a image data, text data, video data, audio data, different types of data will be available. No, so the types of data is called a variety of data. So I'm repeating here, the three main characteristics of big data is volume, velocity and variety. Why we need the big data? Big data dramatically increases both the number of data sources and the variety and volume of data that is useful for analysis. A non-relational system can be used to produce analytics from big data or to pre-process big data before it is consolidated into a data warehouse. So the growth of the big data is needed because to increase of storage capacities, increase of processing power, availability of data, and day by day the social media is increasing a lot of data, like FB generates 10 terabytes of daily, Twitter generates 7 terabytes of data daily, and IBM claims 90% of today's stored data was generated in just last 2 years. So how the data is generating day by day? Because of this, the big data is very badly needed nowadays. So how the data is generating in the real world? We can say these type of sources, the data generation point sources, for example, mobile devices, microphones, readers, scanners, science facilities, programs, social media, cameras. From these sources, the data is generating day by day rapidly in the whole world. So the different types of data, we can also, the pillars of big data, we can say that the structured data, semi-structured data and unstructured data. Here the figure shows that in the whole world, we can say that 20% only the data is in a structured way. Remaining all 80% is in an unstructured way. So why you can imagine that this shows that all social media, different sources of the data is showing all the unstructured data. So now you people can understand that why big data is needed means you have to convert the unstructured data into structured or semi-structured data into structured data. It is a very big deal nowadays. Different applications of big data is nowadays the areas which are using the big data, because the data is rapidly increasing, that you all know that. Nowadays, the healthcare departments, homeland securities, traffic control systems, manufacturing departments, multi-channel sales departments, telecoms, trading analytics, search qualities, these all areas are using big data nowadays. How big data impacts on information technology? Here, it helps to innovative companies use actionable insights to optimize real-time marketing effectiveness, because it includes high value personalized customer experience. Here it is showing that in 2015, 4.4 million IT jobs on big data, but 1.9 million is in US itself. So India will require a minimum 1 lakh data scientists in the next couple of years, in addition to data analysts and data managers to support the big data space. So now you can imagine that how you have to work on this big data and how you are useful for the world in India especially. The benefits of big data. Big data is a powerful tool to deal with the data. Here I am giving an example of Hadoop give you the large scale and flexibility to store the data before you know how you are going to process it. And technologies such as MapReduce and Highwind enable you to run queries without changing the data structures. And mainly the big data which is useful to satisfy the customer needs. It improves your pricing, and it is a competitive advantage for business purposes, and it is always focused on local preferences. It lower the costs and helps you to increase the sales and loyalty. These all are the major benefits of big data. The drivers of big data, which including over here, is the more users you have, the more real world applications, more investments, better computers, more sensors, storage, better technology like map reduces, more money, researchers, everything is connected to the users. The more data which is coming from the users, then big data technology definitely will be existed over here to deal with the data. The future of the big data, which I have given over here, is year by year the data is dramatically changed, and the prediction of 2020, the data sets that are too large and complex for traditional data processing and data management applications. As the data sets continue to grow and applications produce more real-time streaming data, and the future is related to the rise of what is called as fast data and actionable data. The 30% of the global data will be the real time by 2025. The big data architecture, which explains that it is used to ingest and process enormous amounts of data so that it can be analyzed for business purposes. The architecture can be considered the blueprint for a big data solution based on the business needs of an organization. The architecture handles the batch processing of big data sources, real-time processing of big data, predictive analytics and machine learning systems. Mainly it reducing the costs, making faster, better decisions, predicting future needs and creating new products. The main challenges exist over here is the data quality, scaling, security, etc. The architecture looks like the data sources, real-time message ingestions, data stores, and combination of batch processing and real-time processing, and mainly visualizing by the decision makers. Storing of big data can be selecting data sources for analysis, eliminating redundant data, establishing the role of NoSQL. Here NoSQL is a database provides a mechanism for storage and retrieval of data that is modeled in means other than the tabular relations used in relational database. Here, NoSQL use it for big data and real-time web apps. For example, companies like Twitter, Facebook, Google collect terabytes of user data every single day. So NoSQL database stands for not only SQL or not SQL. So we can better term would be a NoSQL. So how the data stories will be existed over here, we can say in overview that data models can be key value, graph representation, documented representation. So we can use the first system which is used to store your data is Hadoop distributed file system. We can say this also as HDFS, HBase and Hive. Here in the right diagram, right picture, we can show that the big data tool, source of big data tools can be many more. Mainly we'll be having Hadoop, MapReduce, RStudio, Spark, MySQL, Cloudera, so many. Welcome to Hadoop. Hadoop is an open source framework for writing and running distributed applications that process large amounts of data. The key distinctions of Hadoop are it is an accessible, robust, scalable, simple. And it also allows users to quickly write efficient parallel code. Like it's in a very economic, high availability and fault tolerance, reliability, replications, scalability, distributed storage, easy to use, and data locality. We can say that Hadoop has been exclusively designed to handle the big data. And hence this also explains the yellow elephant vector in the logo. The developers of Hadoop technology are Michael J. Cafarella and Doc Cutting. But people will recognize Doc Cutting is a developer of Hadoop technology because he has given a logo as an elephant pushing the word Hadoop. Hadoop was created by Doc Cutting, who has a son with a toy elephant named Hadoop. The definition of Hadoop is high availability distributed object-oriented platform. The fact is the Hadoop has been exclusively designed to handle big data. Dog used the name for his open source project because it was easy to pronounce and Google. It was originally developed to support distribution for the Nudge search engine project. Dog, who was working at Yahoo at the time and it is now chief architect of Cloudera, named the project after his son's toy elephant. He called his beloved stuffed yellow elephant Hadoop. Here we are showing that the famous Hadoop users are Facebook, Apple, Google, HP, Twitter, so many are there. The main features are it access to file systems, it contains jar files, scripts, source code, documentation, contribution sections, and it includes projects from the Hadoop community. The main core components of Hadoop are Hadoop Distributed File System, also called HDFS, and MapReduce. These two are main important components of Hadoop. And the Hadoop technology which is existed is well-known technology for big data Hadoop. It is actually a large-scale batch data processing system. HDFS. It is a distributed file system allowing multiple files to be stored and retrieved at the same time, and it is one of the basic components of Hadoop framework. It is a distributed file system. It is a traditional hierarchical file organization, and it write once, read many access model. It manages thousands of nodes without operators intervention. It is a data integrity. It is a scaling out process. It is aware of all the network topologies. And it deals with corrupted data by replicating it several times. And coming to MapReduce, it is a programming model, allows us to perform parallel and distributed processing on a data sets. It is also a data programming model. It is the greatest advantages here is it is an easy scaling of data processing over multiple computing nodes. Here it is showing the two nodes, that job tracker and task tracker. The job tracker is responsible for map and reducing tasks, scheduling tasks on a cluster node, and the task tracker is responsible for to run the MapReduce periodically. There are different types of nodes which are available in MapReduce. We will discuss about that nodes in later sessions. Why Hadoop? Apache Hadoop is the best solution for storing and processing big data because it is a high scalability. Hadoop is highly scalable in the way new hardware can be added to the nodes and enhancing performance dramatically. Coming to the benefits, it is a cost saving, provides an economical, scalable solution, storing and processing of large amount of data. It's a data grade operating system. and servers rather than expensive specialized data storage systems, and parallel processing of huge amounts of data that already we have discussed over here. Now, here I am concluding with this important points that why commodity hardware. Here commodity means cheaper. You may have doubt that we are using cheaper hardwares over here. If it fails, what will happen? There is a very big concept on that. That cheaper hardware fails, what will happen, how to replicate of that we will discuss in the later sessions. Anyways, the cheaper hardwares are available in here. It designed to tolerate faults. Why HDFS? Because it is deal with the bandwidth and latency. Why it is map reduce? Because it's a parallel distributed programming system, large data sets, moving computation data and data clusters. Training in big data helped us to know what is the crazy trend in IT industries and how technology is becoming more fruitful to human development. Students think that there is a very good future in big data. Big data itself is a future because currently a lot of research is going on this field. Data is increasing at faster rate, thus there is a huge need of such tools and technology which can handle it. So finally, students, if you have any queries, please feel free to ask me the questions. So here I have mentioning that my mail ID and phone number. So post your queries on that. Thank you all. Meet you in the next sessions. Keep smiling.